Welcome back, Market Mastery, the 1 hour you need in the market to make sense. I apologize for the delay. Get a little bit of confusion on the schedule. It said 5 o'clock for some reason, but it is at 4. So that's my fault. Yet we are here, and we are going to pound through this. Let's pull up the SPY. Let's get this market pulled up. Hope everybody's relaxed after a nice day off. President's Day going on. So let's get this pulled up here. What's up, doctor? How you living, baby? All right. So we got some good stuff here on this chart right now. Oh, it hides me. There. How do I get up there? I like that. There we go. All right. So looking at the SPY, we are on the daily chart here. You can see that we traded down to 682.80 and held. We are trying to maintain this area, bottom of range. So what's going to happen next? To me, I think that the pivot here really is right here. This is where we get to see that decision point. We get to see where the market's planning on taking us. Are we going to go higher, clean this range, or are we going to head back down to the downside? So the trade is really quite simple. It's watch for the interaction here. This key level 685 will determine where the trade goes from there. So once we're on the upside, I think we're going to be looking at a bearish trade. Again, if you have SPY Playmaker, you will get access to these trades. We post them every week right when it happens. So I think that the bears are going to see a little bit of play this week if we can't beat this critical level. If we do, then upside is in the near future, and 694 does look on the table. So that said, calls will play if that range gets picked up. However, I do think that this is a pretty pivotal point here, 685. So I think it's going to be quite difficult to get past it, to be honest. It's just going to be difficult. So there we go. So we just need to see the general. So here's what we got long tail wise, guys. Look at this thing. What do you see here? See how they're all rounded? Notice where I drew it. 676. It's looking like we're going to have a nice rounded head and shoulders and then head back to $500 for what it's worth. That looks like what is materializing right now. So be careful. And trade SPY Playmaker. That's why we do it, so that you know how to trade this and you don't get lost and left behind. Let's pull this up. Boom, boom. Browse around the market and see what the hell's going on. I didn't get a chance to look today. Let me get this tweeted out. Sorry, let me get this tweeted out, guys. What is this range we identified? I think we looked at, 685. There we go. Okay. All right, we're back. So the SPY levels are pretty straightforward. Let's move on to the Dow because I think we need to look at where the general industrial market is. I think this is pretty important. So, wait, why is it only to 2019? There we go. Jeez. Okay. So let's see what we got here. Chart that only went up. Ridiculous. So that's what the Dow's done. And now looking at this, let's look at this next two. Let's look at the Qs. Because I think this is the weekly. We're on the weekly. Okay. Okay. So look at these two. Unbelievable. Now, can we get the SPY up there? Let's get rid of. Okay. This bigger. There we go. Kind of. Okay. So, just so you can see everything. Look at these three. What do you see in common? What's the least common denominator here? What's the pattern, guys? What do you see? What do you see on this chart? What is something that is true for all of these? Anyone? Come on. What do you see? Correct. Correct. What else? Keep looking. I didn't pick up on that, but yeah, double bottoms. I agree. What else? What ties them all together? Decreasing volume, exactly. That blows my mind. So if there are so many other people in the market now because retail has access, how is it that the volumes are so much lower? We're going to stick with this until we arrive. So this is, I think, the best. Similar structure. How? What is similar? Reduce. Be a child. Look like a child. Was a common theme across all of them. Something happened. What was it? What was it, guys? What do you see here? What's really here? What's really here and visible across all three? Just take guesses. We already nailed a few of them. They're all in an uptrend. Right. They all have a similar structure. Right. Do they all have a similar inflection point? Yes or no? Do they all have a similar inflection point? And what would that be? What would that be? What was the inflection point? What's the thing you see across all three from a time perspective? What's there? What do you see there? Okay. Then we'll reduce. Simplify. Look at a smaller picture. Again, if it doesn't make sense, look at something smaller. What do you see now? What do you see now? What is the point in time in which these all tie together? Where the characteristic changed, but was the same across all three? I don't know what Liberation Day is, but is that what's Liberation Day? Sorry, I don't know what Liberation Day is. Can look it up. Oh, well, yeah, but I'm thinking bigger than that. Long term. It's right there on the screen, guys. Focus on the years. You're so close. So close. It's right there. So close. So close. There you go. 2008. So, how is it that the tech crash happens, followed by a mortgage crash, followed by wasn't a child trafficking ring, it was just a result. It was something else that happened in their nefariousness. Does everybody know that Jeffrey Epstein was like the founding treasurer of one of the spin-off corps that Bear Stearns piled all their bad debt in? So how is it that that guy is smack dab in the middle of one of the largest financial fuckeries that's existed? The reason this is so bad is because it's the whole system's rot. That's the problem. That's what you see. This is an inefficient market. Too pegged to itself. The value's been lost. So all things just go up, but the volumes go down. So why is that? Well, I would say, in my opinion, the volumes go down as the thing runs because the trades are more frequent. I'd be interested to see that, or the variety of trades are more frequent, meaning more new participants in the market, but it's really just one seller and one buyer. So institutions are doing a lot of selling, retail's doing a lot of buying. The market's been exploited. It's over. Wall Street, big banks, they make money on inefficiency. It's predatory. It's broken. And that's why what's emerging is beautiful. Because if you remove the inefficiency from the economic system, you remove the financial incentives for it to be inefficient. When it's inefficient, some suffer, some don't. When it's efficient, the majority shouldn't suffer because the system itself should support itself. Simple engineering. When there's disproportionate information access, that's a huge advantage. We're now just catching up to that information access gap. Problem is, too much time has passed while we were waiting to catch up to it. Because of that, Epstein files, all this shit hits the floor. But they've already transferred the wealth. That's the problem. And that's not, no, the market's screwed, it'll never go up. It's just, it's becoming more efficient because more people are participating in it. And as a result, the upside is getting limited. So it's good because those that basically took advantage and pillaged the many will be worked out of a job. Problem is, they made so much money doing it. Now they have so much power, they can own the real estate, which means they could then get in and recontrol everything else. And that's why you saw them make their big foray into buying single family homes. It was the only way out of their debt cycle. That's a conspiracy one for you. Is that, and I love my life. So just to know, putting this out there, I love my life. I'll never hurt myself in any capacity. Absolutely wouldn't do it. So I think that was the trade. And I think all of this ties back to 2001. I think the tech crash was the door opening to some of the fraud and embellishment, which then led to the mortgage crisis, which is like all the rats came to eat. And because of that, they were able to position themselves and buy enough time to buy enough of the houses that they could rebalance what I think was the fuckery that was the debt, right? They take all these bad mortgages and aren't getting paid. They have to recapture the asset. It's kind of like shorting a stock. Eventually, you got to buy it back at the bottom. In this instance, they used the same money that they were already using again to now buy them and get you to pay usury where you don't even actually capture any equity or own anything. So I think alternative investments are the way of the future. I really believe that. And that's what we're working hard on doing, because I think that's the only place to make that money. It's the only place you can have alpha anymore. Technology is a great equalizer. When everyone has access to the same information, it levels the playing field, which is a cool thing. But again, efficiency to markets is great because it creates balance, but makes it harder to get out of the hole. So looking at this market as a whole, I am going to approach this year differently than last year, because I think that the game has changed enough that it's worth repositioning. So for the ones like NVIDIA that have really just carried this, entire market, I think it will continue because these charts have just been bang on. So long-term wise, NVIDIA, still long, still holding, still a buy to me. I'll make this smaller for you. Make this bigger for you. There you go. Okay. So I'm really liking where NVIDIA is setting up here. Remember, we got long-term trend support here. This is our big support where I am buying. If we hit 155, 175 on this trend line, that's a buy for me. Or alternatively, flowing through this bottom channel, this would be my second target for a buy, is 150 by the middle of the year. So NVIDIA is still long hold. The chart is still intact. And unless something changes, I'm not changing my plan. So it's as simple as that. Palantir is pretty much the same way. We talked about that position trade above 122, still holding on the monthly. On the weekly is where this gets a little dicier. We are starting to sell off here, but again, we hold that 123. We are fine. So again, still long, holding there. Robinhood, same thing. We expected to see 68. We expected to see 46 in the worst case scenario. Huge sellers came in. Robinhood is going to struggle this year unless the crypto numbers pick back up. So if you have a supposition that crypto is not going to do that well, this is not a name that will probably perform that well over the next year. Made us a killing. Now we move on. So guys, feel free to get your smash or pass picks out. We're going to knock those out. I want to make sure we have enough time because we didn't do it last week. So I want to make sure we get into those. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. No smash packs picks. All right. Then we'll go to the screener. Okay. We can pull that up. Joby. Looks very similar to Robinhood. Ooh. So that's a great retracement. I would say if this holds 920, that's actually crisp. That's actually quite good. For me, it'd be firm stop below that. But if it holds there, that's clean. That's really clean. $9, $10. I actually really like that. I don't know where Tammy is. It's probably because we started late. It got a little mixed up today. It's my fault. Every time the market's closed on those days, it throws me off. All right. So again, we got this level. This is always a great level to hold. This 61 fib. This is the golden retracement. This is where the stock is always trying to pull back to after it tops. So when you get a top like this, you can always kind of assume that it's going to draw back to that, and that's going to tell you your indication of strength. Because if it pulls back right here and holds, that's a healthy pullback, and that's a stock that I would like to buy in the future if the chart holds up. So I would say this one gets a smash for sure. Oh, I gotta see how bad this one is. Oh God, why? The pain. The pain is so great. Why? I love it here, but this is just too risky to keep buying. Damn it. Short volume's going up. No good. All right. Ooh. Very interesting. Look at this. This becomes quite interesting if this can hold here above $1. Interesting. Let's see what else is on here. We get a few biotechs. Oh, this one looks interesting. What's up with this one? SEGG. That's huge buying. What happened here? Yeah, this looks like it's going to go. Does anybody know anything about this one? Let's take a look. What's their market cap? Is 27 million. So they're trading at their current revenue. That's interesting. Oh, I'm loving this daily chart. Look at that. Oh, they reverse split 1 trillion times. This has to be a trade only because the reverse splits is not something I want to get caught holding. Now I'm kind of spooked. Let's see what else is on there for you. Get too excited there. Okay. Let's see which one of these look better. Let's look at this one. What is going on here? Huh. Interesting. This could be interesting if this stays above 20. We gotta figure out what these turds do. Okay, that did not work. Sorry, I was trying to change this. Ooh. Interesting. Sorry, I'm gonna fix this screener a bit. Right. Yeah, this one's interesting. Does anyone know anything about this NESR? Let's look. Let's. What's up, baby? How you living, Benjamin? I'm running a little search on this NESR right now. See if we got anything here. Okay, they're getting money from Saudi Aramco. Oh, I'm actually liking this NESR. It's just a little high. I mean, would have liked to have gotten it around 12. But there's definitely room to 30, which is getting in at the right time. Let's see. God, it's taking forever. Sorry. Let's run this analysis. I know that Trading Bros is going to be crisp, dude. The world's been needing it. World's been needing it. All right. Feel free to keep dropping the smash or pass, guys. This is taking forever to run this analysis, but I'm very excited to see it. Mm. Ooh. 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 Me like it. There we go. Now we got a little upside. So definitely probably attempt 21. We found one we can be early on. That's XPRO. All right. Put in a small order. Let's see if we get filled on that. Worst case scenario, gaps down to 12, 13, where I think we can get back in, but I'm actually really liking this. So this would be a kind of asymmetric bet on the Saudi Aramco projects like we saw for that other one we were just looking at. This is one that still has upside capture in the event that they get those contracts, but it is dependent upon them. So keep that in mind. But I still think the opportunity is good. All right. So let's add X Pro to our list, and we want to go through quality of earnings. So this is something I'll challenge you guys to do for Friday. Anybody that's going to be on the Friday stream, go through this and test your ability to determine the quality of said earnings projections, and then try to come up with a sample story. So I'd encourage you to just come up with the story. If they hit what they're expecting to hit, here's what could happen. Come up with story. That's story one. That's the what could be. Then I want you to flip. And I want you to say, hey, they don't execute and things just don't change or grow or improve. Where will this stock be? Create those two stories. Bring them Friday. We've been working on some cool shit you guys are going to love. Let me try to find one more out of this. Let's see. There's really not that much in the market right now. I'm just a little disappointed. This is a cash time, my friends. Yeah, I'm not really seeing much else. And I apologize for this week. Next week we'll be back at it with Porter. Today this is kind of a mess with President's Day, so I'm sorry for the quality drop. And yeah, we got nothing else. I guess we'll wrap it up. Everybody get out of here, go see your family, live your life, do the things that we trade for. That's the point. Leave here, go enjoy the things, come back so we can make money. So I love y'all. Be back full scale next week. Sorry for the delay. A little bit of a mix-up, shortened session. If you guys got any smasher passes, feel free to send them over. I'll try to knock them out this week. I love y'all. Stay blessed now. Bye-bye.